Good morning. I am John Burke, and we are Burke and Company. And sort of have a change of plans this morning. I'm here at Sunrise in Sea Isle City, and my original intention was to go to a really fantastic listing that we have right now at 1708 Landis, a beachfront property. So as to show you the sunrise there, actually looking out over the water. But as I pulled up this morning, much to my surprise, there was a car in the driveway. So I'm not going to go into that property right now. But I will kind of give you a couple thoughts that I wanted to share this morning, while I kind of show you the sunrise here over my back in Sea Isle. And those thoughts actually relate to that property, 1708 Landis. I don't mind at this point. I was sort of reluctant when I first got into this business. I didn't like to think of myself as a salesperson, but I've actually become much more comfortable with that idea while I've kind of worked in this field. And the reason for that is, sales is provided, and from the beginning, I was told a few things: be upfront with people, be honest with people, and you'll be all right. And I think provided that you stay within those parameters, sales is really essentially about getting to know people, getting to understand people, getting to understand what's important to them, what they're looking for, and then working them through the process of finding that and getting over a lot of the fears and worries that are associated with doing something big, like buying a second home or a third home or an investment home or a first home. Any of those things. So in the process of doing that, I've made one great discovery that I have found very, very true, and that is useful in this business, but also useful just in life in general. And that is that there is often a difference between what people say they want and what they actually want. And that kind of brings me around to 1708 Landis Avenue. It's a beachfront property. And I wish I could show you this morning. Get an idea here looking over my shoulder. This is what you'd be waking up to. And yet, properties at that stretch, it's listed in the mid-sevens, and houses around it have sold for over 8. But properties in that stretch of the island there, with those 360-degree views on the ocean side and on the bay side, for some reason they don't sell as well as some of the more cookie-cutter stuff that we have in the rest of Sea Isle. And, people will always tell you certain things. I want a deal. I want a deal. I want a deal. I want the beachfront. I want the beachfront. When push comes to shove, a lot of times they won't. And I think there's two reasons why what people say they want and what they actually want can often be different. And the first is the obvious one. People a lot of times think that they don't say what they want because they don't want you to know exactly what they want. They're skeptical for some reason, or they feel as if they put it out there that somehow it might be used against them, or they might be manipulated, and that's very logical. It makes a lot of sense to me. But the other reason that people often don't realize what they actually want. The longer I've worked with people, the more I've realized that people often don't actually realize what they want. So when people come and they say to me, all the time, I want a deal, or, I want a property that I'm going to find equity in, pretty much immediately. And then we talk about a property like 1708. We find out that there's obstacles in the way and there's fears in the way that prevent them from going and doing something that might be, in their best interest. So I suppose what I want to say, this morning is that, I really want to talk about the property, to be honest with you. 1708 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle is a 4-bedroom townhouse that we have listed right up on the beach in the mid-sevens. There are houses that have sold around it for over 800. And I really think it's a golden opportunity for somebody. You could be sitting on your deck this morning on what's a remarkably comfortable morning here in Sea Isle, watching the sun come up at a very quiet time of the year, and then you can go to the back deck and watch the sun go down in the evening. I think there's an opportunity there both as a rental. It would rent fantastic, obviously, at that location, and long-term, just on the appreciation. You can't build this. You can't build being on the beachfront. So especially now with, those new construction 100-block homes, far from the beach, you don't have a view, and their asking price now is getting up towards $900,000. On some blocks, it's over $900,000. So to have a property listed at a number like that, at a location like that, where you could be sitting watching a sunrise like this morning, I think is a really big opportunity. So it's very quiet. I keep telling everybody that it's a very, very quiet time of the year for us. So we at Burke and Company, myself, Alex, Justine, we're looking for people who are interested in talking about something. It's a great time of the year to make a plan and do something. It's a very good time of the year for buyers. So if you're thinking about anything, obviously get in contact with us. Once again, I am John Burke for Burke and Company, and I hope you have a great morning.